Hey, we're back with another review, and this time reviewing Doctor Who. Yes, I'm gonna have a reaction for this one. This was the stupidest show I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. First off, I'm gonna praise the production values because it looked really good. It looked like money was spent on the show, and I was impressed. But some things were just weird, like the beginning was like I think the her boyfriend bought her like a star of a planet, and yeah, that was odd. That was really a big deal. But then there was the fact that I'm just gonna skip to the end or beginning. There was the robots that came out. So there's these robots. They come. They kidnap the companion or the soon to be companion because of this planetary certificate that was given to her. But it turns out that no, I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like about it. The doctor comes in and then he shuts down the whole hospital. Like he powers down the whole hospital. It's just really weird. I was watching that thing. He didn't use a sonic screwdriver to turn off all the power in the hospital, and I guess he did. Like when you think about it, a hospital, right? A hospital. What person in their right mind will want a hospital to have no power? There's people on life support machines. This must have been the most stupidest thing I've ever seen someone do. And who wrote this? Yes, I know Russell T Davis. He's weird. Okay, that was a bit odd. Then there was the whole spaceship landing in the garden. Like, I guess there was the neighbors found it a bit odd, but it didn't really do anything else. Like you would think more would have made people would have made more of a noise about it. There's this old lady that's always in there saying, "Oh, what's going on here?" And then they evaporate the cat. But the strangest thing is that you don't see the cat. You just see the outline of a cat, electrical like skeletal structure where it's been vaporized, which was odd. I don't know why they didn't show the cat. Maybe some sort of cruelty to animal thing going on. Maybe there was a cat. Who knows? But that was odd. I found that strange. And then they take her to space. There's some glitch, and that glitch is like some sort of time glitch. So the doctor is following her, and then he somehow appears. He's behind her, but and she's in front of him, but he ends up on the planet before her, and he's just there as just like some historian with a giant afro. This guy grew an afro. I mean, apparently he's been there for 6 months. So yeah. But if you both in a time glitch, and it both happened to them at the same time, why did he end up in front of her? But anyway, yeah, she just arrived, and he was there for 6 months. And they can't seem to. The robots are glitching, and they don't understand every ninth word. So they were like, when he would like pronounce the ninth word, so she knows something's up, which is odd. And then it turns out like you start see like the robots come and they do like a rebellion, and you see some humans getting vaporized. Yes, humans get vaporized, but the cat was not allowed to be seen to be vaporized. Yeah, so you see them get vaporized. So you see that human shooting a gun and then they get vaporized, but the cat wasn't shown. I didn't understand that. But yeah, that happens. And one of the doctor's friends or something like that. She gets raped and she blames the doctor. He cries for like maybe, you know how Shooty get, you know how the doctor is in this show. He cries for like maybe 30 seconds. See a tear from his eyes. Then it disappears. He's back to business again. You know, I've actually watched one episode where he was crying, tears were in his eyes, and then the tears disappeared, then they came back. The tears disappeared, and they came back. It's very strange shooting. Shooting. That was a previous episode on the last season. You need to go and check that out. I assure you, he was crying, then the tears disappeared, and he cried, and then it came back. Badly shot. But towards the end, it turns out that the robot that she's meant to marry is her ex from Earth, and they call him. It's very convoluted and confusing. So they brought him back, and he decides to force her to marry him, and he's inside the machine. Yeah, I know it's a bit odd. But the only thing that I found odd is that they started to talk about like time parallaxes and how two objects from the same, they couldn't really, like, they're two different objects from different times. They couldn't be in the same place, otherwise there'll be some explosion. You know, it's like something like, I wouldn't say Back to the Future, but some movies they play on that, like, oh, you're two different time periods, you can't be in the same place. Like Time Cop. Yeah, you have two different people and they meld into one. You remember Time Cop, yeah. Back to the Future, not so much. But yeah. This one is like, the object was like that certificate with her name on it. And then, like, I think Shooty drops it and the robot picks it up and sweeps it. And what I found odd is that all this is happening in front of the robotic humanoid android robot boyfriend, and he sees nothing wrong with it. He just sees him drop it, the robot picks it up, and then she, in front of him, picks it up and goes towards him, and then she knocks them both together and it's like a big explosion or something like that. And like, that's very odd that he just stood there and watched this interaction happen and did nothing. Like, I would have been like, what are you doing? Come here and marry me. But he's just like, oh yeah, pick up some some rubbish from that robot, and I won't say nothing about it. Odd. Very odd. Yeah. That was it, really. You know, you want to make sense of that, make sense of it. But I found that odd. There's a lot of like questionable, weird things that happen in this episode. And oh yeah, there's also like, they had to shoehorn some incel type word in, like Planet of the Incels. Like, come on, man, you had to shoehorn some weird nonsense like that into the show. Like, could have left the show as it was and just left it, but they had to say something like that just to rile us up. Sometimes I feel like they know what they're doing, but other times I feel like they don't. They're just woke. They're unapologetically woke by accident. Oh yeah, don't forget Shooty. Shooty, he's walking around like he's in a fashion show. He's in the hospital and he's running around like he's in some sort of like drag race fashion show. He's there with a skirt on and a tight top. I'm like, what the hell is this guy wearing? Anyway, I'm out, man. Comments down below.